We have number 5, division of a decimal by a whole number. So my decimal is my dividend, and my whole number is my divisor. So the very first step that we have is to move the decimal straight up. Now, Paula Abdul, who you may recognize from the host of American Idol, sang a song long, long ago called Straight Up Now Tell Me. What she didn't realize was that she was telling us what to do at the decimal point when we divide it by decimals. So I move it straight up. And then after that, the decimal point's over and done with. So what I have to do now is all I have to do is divide. Normal steps of divisions. First step is group. So if I'm count by nines till I pass 21, and that's 2 groups. After I group, I multiply, and that's 18. 2 times 9 is 18. Okay. After I multiply, I subtract. 21 minus 18 is 3. Then after I subtract, I bring down the 5. Okay. Then I start all over again. How many groups of 9 fit into 35? Well, just 3. 3 times 9, just 3. 3 times 9 is 27. 35 minus 27, because that's the next step, subtract, is 8. Then you guessed it, I bring down the 1. So then how many groups of 9 fit into 81? That's correct, 9. 9 times 9 is 81. And then 81 minus 81 is 0. So that's the first problem. So let's take a look at 32 and 40 hundredths. But before I get there, let's go back here. So 215 and 1/10 divided by 9. So how many groups of 215 can I get out of 9? Well, 9 times 20 is 180. So the only way to estimate, so it's got to be somewhere in between 18, so 180, so that would be 20, and 30, 270. So remember, but way back to my estimating, so I had 180 as my low and 270 as my high. So it's got to be somewhere in between 20 and 30. And 23 and 9/10 is in fact in between 20 and 30. So let's move over to this problem again. Paul Abdul told me to move my decimal point straight up, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. If you ask me tomorrow in class, I'll sing, or if you see me in the hallway, I'll be more than happy to sing a little bit of it for you. Okay. Now I group. How many groups of 5 fit into 32? That's correct, 6. Okay. I multiply. 6 times 5 is 30. I subtract. 32 minus 30 is 2. I can get the 2. Okay. After I subtract, I bring down the 4. Okay. After that, I group. How many groups of 5 fit into 24? Just 4. 20, or 4 times 5 is 20. I subtract. I get 4. Now, with a decimal, I can't stop there. Now, because this is what the problem looked like on your paper. Now, with decimals, I can't stop. I have to keep going till it comes out even, or it repeats, or I figure out it never ends. So, all these that Alex gives us, or all these that will give you, will stop eventually. You may have to add a 0 or 2, but they will stop, I promise. So I added 1 0. Okay, then I brought that 0 down. Okay? Because it's a decimal, I'm allowed to add zeros. Okay? Because it's a decimal, I'm allowed to add zeros. So then I just do the same thing. Group, multiply, 8 times 5 is 40, and then subtract. Okay? And then it comes out even. So my answer is 6 and 48 hundredths. So what's 32 divided by 5? Well, it's in between 6 and 7. And what do you know? because 30 divided by 5 is 6. 35 divided by 5 is 7. And what do you know? The 32 and 40 hundredths divided by 5 is 6 and 48 hundredths. So that in fact is in between. So my answer should be right. So go ahead. I want you to then you can do the U-tries down at the bottom. So give the video a pause. And let's see what you can do. Let's see what you came up with. All right, so here's what I came up with. For 658 and 8/10 divided by 9, I came up with 73 and 2/10. 7 times 9 is 63. 65 minus 63 is 2. Bring down my 8. Sorry, I forgot to put my arrows down here. So I get 3 groups of 9. 28 minus 27 is 18. 2 times 9 is 18, so I'm left with 0. Okay. So hopefully you got the same answer I did there. And over here, I came up with 3 and 28 hundredths. 3 times 5 is 15. Subtract, I get 1. Bring down my 4. 2 times 5 is 10. Subtract, I get 4. Now again, I had to add my 0. This one's a little more obvious that I added it. Okay, so I added my 0. And then I brought it down. So how many groups of 5 fit into 40? That's 8. Okay, so go ahead and flip to the next page, and let's see what we can do here. Okay, again, got to move my decimal point straight up. Okay, you'll notice that I've set everything up for you already. Move the decimal point straight up. So how many groups of 4 fit into 21? That's right, 5. 5 times 4 is 20. I subtract, and I get 1. And then I bring down the 5. How many groups of 4 fit into 15? 3. 3 times 4 is 12. When I subtract 15 minus 12, I get 36. So when I do 15 minus 12, I get 3. And then I bring down the 6. All right. So how many groups of 4 fit into 36? That's right, 9. 9 times 4 is 36. And then 36 minus 36 is 0. Okay, so my answer, 5 and 39 hundredths. Okay, so let's do one more practice, and then I will set you free to do the bottom all by yourself. Okay, so let's see. How many groups of 9? Again, first thing I got to do, move my decimal point straight up. Okay, how many groups of 9 fit into 1? None. So I'm going to put a 0 there to hold the place. How many groups of 10, or how many groups of 3 fit into 10? 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So if I multiply, I get 9. 10 minus 9 is 1. Then I bring down the 8. How many groups of 3 fit into 18? 6 do. 6 times 3 is 18. And when I subtract, those come out even. So it comes out the answer is 0. So 1 and 8 hundredths divided by 3 is 36 hundredths. So let's just do a quick check to make sure that my estimation's right. So I've got 20 divided by 4, or 24 divided by 4. So my answer should be in between 5 and 6. I've got, this is less than 1, folks. Okay, so if this is like taking one candy bar and split it into 3 pieces. I'm going to get about a third. Okay, so I want you to give the video a pause, and let's see how you did on the U-tries. So here's what we came up with. 195 and 2/10 divided by 4 is 48 and 8/10. So here's the work for that. You can squeeze it all in one screen. 4 times 4 is 16. 3, bring down the 5. It's 32. Subtract, I get 3, bring down the 2. So another 8 comes out of there. All right, now here I had to add a 0 so it would work. Okay, so there's my work for that problem. Okay, I am approaching the 10-minute mark, so it is time for me to wrap it up. All right, so remember, if you see me in the hallway tomorrow, don't forget to tell me or ask me to sing the song that Paula Abdul made famous, Straight Up. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed. Again, this was 5, division of decimal by a whole number.